Hello students, today in this video we'll be discussing about the epidermal tissue. One point was left in the previous videos. I already explained about the meristematic tissues, permanent tissues, simple permanent and complex permanent tissues, and I was about to start the animal tissues. Then I saw one topic is left, that is epidermal tissue. It is very important topic. It's a very short and important topic. So what is epidermal tissue? And first we have to understand what is epidermis. So the outermost skin of the plant body is called epidermis. So the outermost skin, in our body also we have skin, and that skin is known as epidermis, means outermost skin. So the outermost skin of the plant body is also called epidermis, which spreads over the whole surface. This epidermis is present in all the parts. It is present in the skin, leaves, it is present in the stem, it is present in the roots also. The outermost skin of the various parts is known as epidermis. We have also skin in our all the parts, means in our hand, leg, stomach, face, all the parts we have skin covered with skin, and that skin is known as epidermis, means the outermost skin. So in the plants also, plants have this outermost skin, and it is known as epidermis, which spreads over the whole surface. It generally composed of single layers of cells. The epidermis is composed of single layer of cells. If you see here, the picture, this is the cross section of a leaf. This part, this section. If we take the leaf like this, and this section, this cross section. So this cross section, if we see this upper layer, that is upper epidermis, in the below one another layer is there, this is lower epidermis, means on the upper surface also one epidermis is there, and lower surface also epidermis, means upper epidermis and lower epidermis, and in between different types of this xylem, phloem, and all these things are there. So upper epidermis or lower epidermis, if you consider, they are composed of single layer of cells. They are composed of single layer, only one cell is there, and single layer of cell is there only. So this epidermis is composed of single layer of cells, and the cells of epidermis are generally flat. If you see here, the epidermis and the cells of this epidermal tissue or epidermis are generally flat. The cells are flat. In some plants living in very dry habitats, like in deserts, some plants are living in very dry habitats, the epidermis may be thicker, since protection against water loss is very critical. If we take the example of these desert plants like cactus and all, the epidermis may be more thick in compared to the plants living in normal habitats. So the epidermis of plants of dry habitats may be more thicker. Since why the epidermis is more thicker of plants of dry habitats? Since the protection against water loss is very critical. If the epidermis is thin, what will happen? Water will be lost more in amount. And in deserts, water is we know that water is very less, so they have to protect their water. Whatever the water is present in the plant body, they have to protect it. They have to prevent the water loss. So from excess water loss, the epidermis may be thicker in case of plants of dry habitats. And epidermis also do another thing. Epidermis also protects all parts of the plant. It is the outermost skin, and it is protecting the inner parts. So two functions we have seen. And in case of dry habitats, epidermis is preventing water loss. In case of all the plants, epidermis are protective gear, like it is acting or protecting all the inner parts. It is protecting the inner parts of the plant. And epidermis is not continuous in leaves. If you see leaf here, one leaf, so in the leaf epidermis is not continuous. We can observe some small pores here and there in the epidermis of leaf. If we see the leaf here under the microscope, small pores will be there. It is not continuous throughout the leaf. Small pores are there in the epidermis of the leaf, on the skin of this uppermost, on the outermost skin of the leaf. Small pores are there. If you see here, it is the microscopic image. So in this image we can see small pores are there on the epidermis of leaf. So these pores are known as stomata. So these pores are called stomata. Very important thing, the concept of stomata means the small pores present on the upper surface, present on the epidermis of leaf. We will define like this: small pores present on the epidermis of leaves are known as stomata. Means on the epidermis of leaves, small pores are there, and these are known as stomata. So how the stomata looks like. If you see more closely with more magnification, we will see a structure like this. So this pore, pore, this free space, this pore is known as stomata. And what is this thing? These are known as guard cells. So two cells, kidney shaped cells, are there around a stomatal pore, and these cells are known as guard cells. Stomata are enclosed by two kidney shaped cells called guard cells. Two kidney shaped cells are there around a stomata. And stomatal pore, this is the stomatal aperture, we also say stomatal pore, also known as stomata, also it is called stomata also. So this pore, around these two kidney shaped cells are there, and these cells are known as guard cells. This is the next page. The function of stomata. What is the main function? Why the stomata are present in the leaf? What is the function, or what is the use of these stomata? So stomata are responsible for the exchanges of carbon dioxide and oxygen. We know that plants exhale oxygen and take in carbon dioxide. Opposite to us, we take oxygen inside and release carbon dioxide. But plants accept carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So for this gaseous exchange, they need some, and they do not have nose like us, so they need some pores on the body. So these pores, stomata, are responsible for the exchanges of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Means through this stomata, what happens? Carbon dioxide is accepted and oxygen is released, and transpiration takes place through stomata. Another process, transpiration also takes place through stomata. And what is transpiration? The process by which plants get rid of excess water in the form of vapor. If plants contain excess water, that water has to be excreted from the plant body. So by this process, transpiration process, plants get rid of this excess water. So the process by which plants get rid of excess water in the form of vapor. So plant will lose this water in the form of vapor. Means in the form of vapor, that excess water will be lost by the plant. And which process is used? That process is known as transpiration. Using this transpiration process, plants get rid of or lose excess water in the form of vapor. So then, what is the function of guard cell? Why these guard cells are present around the stomata? Why? So there is some function of these guard cells, that's why they are present. The primary function of guard cell is to regulate. The primary function of guard cell is to regulate the opening and closing of stomata for transpiration to take place and for gaseous exchange also. Means guard cell is present. Guard cells are present to regulate the opening and closing of stomata. If you see the picture here, so these guard cells are here. So that these guard cells are regulating the opening and closing of stomata. Means, and if the guard cells want, they will close the stomatal pore, and if they want, they will open it. Why they will close and they will open? Because if the stomata is open for the whole day or 24 hours, what will happen? All the water is present, all the water which are present in the plant body will be lost through this stomata. So when excess water is lost, the guard cell will close the stomata so that no extra water, no more water will be lost. So that water level is maintained in the plant, they will close the stomata. Once needed, they will open it. So these guard cells regulate the opening and closing of stomata. So this is the main function. That's why these guard cells are present in the around this stomata. So I hope up to this much is clear. So if you have any confusion, any doubt, you can ask me, and I will give some questions that one you will write. So what will be the questions? I hope you know. The questions will be what is epidermal cells, explain about epidermal tissue, and what is stomata, and write the functions of stomata, and what is guard cell, and write the functions of guard cells. So these are and what is transpiration also. So these are the few questions that one I will add, and you try to write down these answers in your copy. And if you have any confusion regarding this lecture, you can ask me in the comment section also, in the WhatsApp also you can ask me. And thank you for watching the video with so much of patience, and stay home, stay safe.